Doug's in the house fixing the Jaguar engine. He already did the hubcaps. Jeff has showed up with the wood. The Bugatti's team's here. Steve's missing. he's probably nervous enough to drop another engine. I had his pants on this morning though. Anyways, we got some wood here, and we're just going to try some wood on the car. It's just laying here on the ground. He has 3 different sets. I'm going to pass it over to Jeff. He's just looking at them, and we're going to try each one on. Jolene's going to see which one she likes, which one she likes better, which one whatever.
I'm going to try and get these in here and clamped onto the frames.
I'm going to get them up off the ground for you and put them on top of the car.
I'll bet if you reach in there and hold that up,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna come from the outside.
I can get you a bench over there. Over there, there's a bench.
No, I can. I was just gonna say, you can hold that there. I'm gonna come. Well, actually. Okay.
Maybe not on the inside. Grab.
Yeah.
I can hold that for you. That's cool. Give some time to play.
There you go. Wow.
Right now, you can see a little bit of metal on this side, eh? See on this side?
Yeah.
I'll let you look at it. You know exactly what's going on. But they're quite spectacular here. That wood isn't on. It looks good.
Yeah, it does.
Beautiful.
Well, the way I look at this, Chad,
Yes.
is you've got too much metal.
I do.
That's, we'd already talked about that.
Yeah.
If the wood didn't quite meet.
Yeah. No worries.
But in actual fact, I think we do want a little bit of a gap between them.
See, on this, when you come here, come on.
Yeah.
Come here to the side and take a look, and you'll see
The
how.
whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing can slide over some, I think, and you'll be right on the money. It's nowhere near where it could be. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
There.
I think you'll be mint.
Mint.
Anything over there, Doug?
No, it just fiddled.
Oh yeah, I want to try that dash in
I
there.
still don't have quite enough room over here, but I
I
can.
just shave some of that back, that's for sure. There's more than enough there. There's like a ½ inch there for sure.
Yeah, I think what I'll do is both of these guys, I'll take maybe a ½ inch off the inside. Actually, there's nothing wrong with them being up against each other.
That looks good. That looks good.
Which means you just have to
Yeah, that looks
just
good.
graze this off.
Yeah, perfect.
What do you think? What do you think, Louis?
It's good. Looks good. It really does.
Yeah,
Like you said, just very much.
I love it.
Wow, that's pretty close.
It is, isn't it? I don't think there's no need for anything. I can trim that a little bit.
You can trim a little bit of this off, but I think a guy needs to take a little bit more off of this arch here. Underneath here. Just here. See, I can almost get my finger all the way along that. Whereas this not quite. But they're pretty good. And then, are you ready to put the other piece in?
I'm going to get the dash is right there. I just want to see if this will fit. I'll go to the other side and empty, or are you going to the other side?
I'll go to this side.
Okay. Just so see if it fits, I guess. I just cut the brake piece off now, so just a matter of seeing how it's in a little bit. And you know, something, as we look underneath that, if you want to take a look underneath it, it doesn't go hard up against, that. It can be pushed down, it's pretty close. I've cut lots off that, I see, but that's okay.
Well, that's it there? No, that's,
I could,
yeah,
that's it.
yeah, yeah.
Sure.
I'm just thinking, will the other piece sit?
It'd be nice if we, see how far that's off? It's off quite a ways, actually. Or it tilts up good there.
I like
Okay.
that.
Yeah, okay. You could put a clamp on that.
Yeah.
There you go. So I'm about, you take a look at it, I guess, well, we're hard up on this, not hard up on this side, probably got, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch.
Oh, we're hard up on this side.
Okay.
There.
You want
So
some-
it's about an eighth now?
Right there, be,
Yeah.
I'm an inch probably now.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think that you're gonna be able to get your piece in there, your dash in there, with that cross member that's made?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, what I was thinking was,
Is this after?
oh, I see, actually. You know, actually, I had it in my head that the dash top was
Laid flush?
laid flush,
And it's
but
not.
that's okay. I think we should leave that bracket just the way it is.
Well, that would be
For
nice,
now.
nice in my case. Nice for me, actually.
And then actually what we should do, or what we can do, is put brackets up here,
Yes.
from here to here,
Yeah?
and we'll screw the dash. We'll go through your steel plate
Okay.
that runs something like that
Yeah, I'll put 2 of those in.
into the dash
I'll put 2 of those in.
with some holes so we can run screws.
Yeah, I'll put 2 of those in. That will actually help it hold. I was gonna do that anyway, just didn't know where. So I can just run 2. Okay, I'll probably cut them before.
We got lots of time for
Yeah,
that.
okay, yep.
So do you want to see what it looks like?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Yes.
Camera's up. Camera's up. Smiley face on.
Smiley face.
Smiley face, smiley face. Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Come on, bring it up. Like back in the day when you worked for Jaguar, like back in the day, eh, Doug? What? Well, yeah, right now. I never worked for Jaguar. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Well,
I need something with a long handle to go on there so I got some torque.
wow, it's awesome. Amazing.
And he's only sanded it once.
Yeah, I gave it. Actually, this isn't a sand, but this is the
That
second.
really turned out.
This is the second
That
set.
turned out way different than I thought.
Did you?
You're doing the edge, and that looks amazing. Yeah, it's amazing.
Actually, look at this.
Yeah.
I mean, so I chamfered it. I chamfered it this way. I chamfered it this way, but I also chamfered it this way, which gives you a little bit of a triangle
Yeah.
right in there.
So what grit are you down to now, Pat?
This actually has not been sanded.
So you're not even at any grit.
No, no.
What's
But
that? Pure.
I sanded it down to 220, and then gave it another 4 coats last night.
So 220 is all that's the pad for sandpaper on so far. And you're gonna end up with 2,500?
3,000
Sorry.
before I start polishing. Before the polishes. But this the 220 was just to establish a grit for the next
Do
finish.
you think how you have it together there now is going to be fine?
Mhm.
Yeah. It should be fine. Like.
So I think what I'll do is I'll probably groove this face
Yeah.
and maybe this face, and then maybe epoxy it. But these screws are really
Well, I
got a
think
bite
you're.
on.
Yeah. Beautiful.
And then if you put a bracket here
Yeah.
and a bracket here, we'll put some screws this way, and then your bracket is already here.
Yeah. Well, I was going to do that anyways to
Yeah.
strengthen that.
So let's,
Wow. Let's check this out. Be careful on this rusty old car. Or that beautiful car.
in theory, this should fit.
That's absolutely stunning.
Now, No,
Get a rag, put it on a rag, it doesn't matter. Okay,
just don't tell anybody I did.
okay. That's good. That's good. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Wow.
I never pulled my socks up, hadn't I, some, huh?
Do you see why? Do you see how I put the banding around the sides here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Because you see it. Just like in the real Ralph Lauren car, the real cars. This is front and center.
Yeah, like, you couldn't get, I don't think you could get much of a nicer angle than what you have on this and that, you know?
Well,
you sort of gotta,
did Aaron do this?
yes,
Well, you got to thank him for that.
yeah,
Because all I did was I copied it.
yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's a template. Whoever Aaron did all the work setting this up. I exactly copied it. I gave this actually a little bit more of a curl, a little bit.
Yeah, beautiful.
But he set it up the right
He was
angle.
going to do it out of one piece of wood, but you would not have gotten that.
You couldn't do that. I couldn't veneer it.
Yeah.
I couldn't veneer this wood.
Oh, yeah, so, this is just something that we're learning, eh, as you're showing us.
But I like-
As showed us.
I like the way this dash is raked like this
Yeah, that's what I was saying, it gives a perfect view of,
of both faces.
yes, it does.
Well, initially, I've had it in my head for the past bunch of days that it was completely horizontal, which would have raked this out further at your face.
Yeah,
But this actually is a nice angle to view the gauges,
yes.
All the gauges you're in the lower face?
and this will keep you from putting your sunglasses on top of it.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Really is.
I gotta say, I really like that too.
Yeah. Can we get some gauges put in that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow. I think the ones we have in the back, like the ones you have there stuck in there now in the back, I like the busiest ones.
Yeah.
I like the ones that you fixed. I like those ones better. They're just busier. They're more work.
Well, they're the first ones we did.
Yeah. Yeah. It's quite something. I'd be proud of that if I was you, Jeff.
Yeah.
Huh?
I'd be proud if I was you. I'd pat yourself on the back tonight and say, wow, that's quite amazing. It is quite amazing. That's beautiful. Where's the steering wheel?
Oh, the steering wheel's underneath that is on the first seat, on the first Jag seat under my coat.
I'm gonna get this. That's gonna be fine with that, I think. Same sort of color. Good thing you didn't say my face and my ass. Yeah, that's nice, eh?
Oh, yeah.
That's a good match, that's what it's done.
Perfect.
Look at that. Huh?
Lovely.
Crazy. Meant to be.
There you go, look at that. I'm gonna have to step it up some, pull my socks up under here, son. Huh? Tell me. That's good. So, that's basically what I was going to maybe, I'm not sure, I was going to pop the door off, it's entirely up to you, and that looks so nice, eh? Wow. I guess what I want to do is when they get the other dash in there, I'll find out where the ball goes, and then Jeff will know. You can see how the grain is still sucking the veneer or whatever you put on, what he's put on it. You can still see it sucking in. Beautiful. Did you have to stain this to get that?
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's just with that
Yeah.
matched up that nice.
Well, it was hand picked, huh?
Oh well, I guess I don't know.
And the grain, I wanted the grain running the way it was, sort of the striping.
You would make me believe that that was a real board.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's the game of it, I guess.
Yeah. And then when you put this little chamfer on it, it helps your eye understand
This will go
walking from there to there.
on that somewhere.
That's gonna be nice.
The ball, and then you'll have your dash or your ear columns coming in there.
So the gauges, I guess, I have two there. tack there. Speedo here. 2 more gauges there.
And then steering
And then your steering column. And then you need you want a kill switch for your power. And then a light switch. Actually, I think I can't remember if I had them put here and here. And then another switch over there, probably your kill switch or your light switch.
I got a couple switches here from Doug. With the brass on them, I'd like to see, with that being chrome around there or stainless on there, would that little bit of brass bother that? Would it look out of place, that kill switch, and when we get it? We'll just put it up aside and see what you think. Kind of an antique. I don't know if that looks good on that, or like as a kill switch, or all the stainless. You know what I'm saying? Like, Doug, give us one of those. Give us 3 of those. I just like it for just looks the part, does it not?
Yeah.
Sort of. I just don't know if it goes good with the chrome, or because you're gonna have the stainless steering column on there. You're gonna have the chrome around the. Is that a hard thing? Yeah. You're gonna have, a bunch of different things going on. I just don't know if it's, would it take away. That'll be up to Jolene, I guess. Because you're gonna have the gauges. You might as well put the gauges all on, then that thing can come after if you like it or not. But I like it. I'd put it in a car. I think it's kind of that era, sort of, or something. It's weird. I like it. Need an off and on switch, do you not?
I tell you what,
That's what Muhammad Ali used to say, you turn the lights off and be in bed before it got dark. That's fast.
when I did the video the other night,
Yeah.
a couple of guys caught me out. I said that the vacuum press.
It wouldn't matter.
No, but I said the vacuum press does 1,800 psi.
Yes.
And it doesn't do 800 psi, it does 1,800 pounds per square foot because it's 1 atmosphere. And the guys were right. But in perspective,
My dash looks so dashing, doesn't it? Wow,
that piece of wood is about 3 square feet.
Yeah.
So when we had it in that vacuum bag
Yeah.
at 1,800 pounds per square, 1,700 pounds per square foot,
Yes.
that's 5,100 pounds of pressure.
Yeah.
That's like putting the equivalent of 102 sandbags on top of that board
Wow.
to hold it in place.
Wow.
102 sandbags. That's almost to the ceiling. Anyways,
That's enough. Yeah. It's absolutely gorgeous.
I gotta say,
It's absolutely
every once in a
gorgeous.
while, you sort of smile at the work you do.
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. Thanks, Doug. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, cool. You point me in the right direction, I guess. Huh?
There you go. Can't go wrong with you. Oh, Jeff.
Wow. That's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. Good job, guys.
Just hard to stop saying that, but it is.
What's that?
It's very nice. Very busy. Very nice. Some it will be, some it won't be. Start trying to square my stuff up and be like trying to start with a cardboard box.
This is really cool.
Oh, that's good. What's a bonus? Not too far off.
Just wait.
Now you're into this. Put your square on the outside or
Yeah, but yes,
closer to square?
What I'm actually, the other thing I'm kind of interested in.
If you look at this door when you shut the door, this part sticks out further than the
Yeah.
top
Oh, yeah.
because it's round.
Yeah, we see that, but we're just looking for square for.
I'll leave you alone.
Make
You
it
do
fun.
as you think.
Well, the other thing I was going to do is here. Let's see this. I want to see if it's all plumb. 8.7 degrees, no, so that's zero that, right? Zero.
So you got the edges, don't you?
Huh?
You got the edges.
So that's 4 degrees, so this face and this face are 4 degrees off, so they're at a bevel, a little bit of a bevel.
And there still might be a little tiny more mud and primer going on too, so I would allow for a little bit of movement, you know, like, don't be too tight now.
0.2, see this is good, this is quarter,
You don't need primer on it.
0,
Why would you?
1,
Before I paint it,
2,
But the wood,
so this is all on the same plane. Doesn't like that.
I'm sorry, I got it before.
If you over 45 something and you get it tucked in, then it would always fit, would it not?
If you over 45.
Yeah, well, that's what I do with metal sometimes. Instead of laying it flat on the surface, if you put a little tiny bend on it, it'll go down towards your metal, stay tight towards your metal, but yet it won't be fitting in the where it's grooved. I don't know if you know what I'm trying to say. If you're over 45 something, sometimes that piece will tuck down and hit.
Yes.
If you're 45, sometimes you can't get it to fit perfect. If you're over 45 it, you know it's gonna hit. You know what I mean by that is all?
What he'll do, he'll make a plug this into the exact fit from that. And then he'll cut in half an inch off of it.
Hopefully only has to do one, not four. Just, you know, hope you don't do 6 of them
What,
if you don't have to.
these?
It's usually good enough.
If I do 6, 5 of them are gonna be burned before you see them.
No, we'll sell them on the Bugatti site. Sell them on the Bugatti site, man. I'd like to, you know, probably these be nice to be framed or something, sweetheart.
Well, I would say probably a pair of them are probably gonna go up on my wall of shame.
Well, it could be nice, yeah.
You know what you guys could do? You could put your wedding, you could make a photo of that, and just put your wedding photo, like the first photo of you guys in the car,
That'd be cool.
in that.
Yeah.
I understand completely what you're saying.
Yeah.
Photo frames.
Yeah, for the wedding. That's cool.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's a great idea. It's a great idea. Should I try to peel a door off this thing? Do you want a door, yes or no? Be in your way? Would you like me to come back down when we come back down with the door? Like we can do, like, cause I can get the dash, get that steering thing put in there,
Yeah,
and then I'll bring a door with me.
Yeah.
Would you like that?
that's fine.
We'll do
No,
that.
I can keep myself busy.
Okay.
And I'm gonna trim those just a little bit more.
You're gonna leave that dash here?
Yeah, sure. Just get your awl and give it a whack where you want all your gauges.
Just center punch it?
Yep. Boy, that's gonna look pretty.
Yeah. Beautiful, sweetheart. Nice one. Beautiful. Wow.
Can you explain what you're gonna do to the windows again?
Well, actually, if you can look in here, inside the car, if you go inside the car and look up, I want a little bit more of a gap than what we have here. Maybe not too much more, but just enough so that it is a gap and they're not bumped against each other.
You want what's going on through here? Oh, she wants what you're gonna do with the door.
Oh, with the door panels? Well, okay, I'll try. I want to build an exact template
Here's some of your stuff.
that'll look exactly like this. And let's say, make this larger, and it ends up being this big. Then what I'd like to do is carve exactly a ½ an inch all the way around it. Now I'll have this exact hole in a template minus a ½ an inch. And then I'm going to take probably something as thin as that, and I'll start wrapping it. I'll wrap it around the template. Now it's outside the car. And if I wrap it and wrap it and wrap it and wrap it, I'll end up with a ½ an inch of wrap.
And you hold that all in there with tape, screw,
Glue, clamps, lots of clamps, band clamps, whatever I can do, because there will be times where it wants to lay up, so I'll have to clamp it down. There'll be, in here, I'll have to clamp it up.
Yeah.
So eventually I'll end up with this surround that's exactly a 1/2 inch thick, thicker than this piece that was cut a 1/2 inch too small for the hole.
Yeah.
At that point in time, it'll probably be 2 inches wide. It should fit in this hole perfectly. In theory. In theory. The only real difficult part is the fact that this comes in like here. I'm going to exaggerate, at this angle, whereas this is flat. So I'll have to try and figure out what I'm going to do in that instance. But eventually you'll end up with, this round all the way around that fits this exact hole, but it'll be too wide. Now, actually, we're not concerned about the outside of the car. We're concerned about the inside of the car.
I'm putting my shoes up. I don't want to paint this one. Look at that.
So it's gonna be really fat out here like this. And it might be closer in up here. So then I'll fit it in this hole and I'll trace it.
Right on.
I'll trace it all the way around. And then I just cut that off.
What if, on your face piece, how are you going to attach that piece? You're going to...
Well then,
I suppose he's getting to that, let me.
yeah,
I'm bad.
at that point, I've got this piece that fits perfectly in this hole. Of course, now 3 or 4 videos from now, we'll find out that I've done it a completely different way.
I've done that.
So we got this surround that fits all the way around perfectly, and then I'll come along with probably 1/4 inch, much thicker than that, and glue it to that. And once it's glued and fixed, then I can come along and just cut it off on the inside, and I'll form it to match the outside, and then it'll follow. This face will follow this trim, right? That's my plan right now, until something else goes wrong. The other consideration, the other thing I thought about, very possibly, if that doesn't work, probably what I'll do is I'll take this really thin veneer, and I will maybe put packing tape around here, and I will literally, I've already tried this, and it might go. If I steam it a bit, then it'll fit, then it'll go around that corner. This is the pain right here. This is not.
Right.
Right? So I could literally take 2-inch stuff, clamp it, all the way around, and keep going, and keep going, and keep going until we have the thickness that we want.
We'll have to get together on what the thickness of the interior would be on that. Would we?
Well, what I want to do is similar to the door cap tops on the Jag, which is about 1/4 or 3/8, I think. You got the door caps on the Jags that are like this, and then you have another piece of trim on top that are about 1/4 inch or 3/8 of an inch thick.
Okay.
Right? So that's how far you want, because when you're looking at it from out here, you don't want it to be sitting a 1/2 inch tall, right?
Yeah.
That's too much. Your eye already tells you that's too much, right?
Well, it makes the hole smaller.
Yeah. So you want it, but you can't have it too thin. So maybe half of that is 1/4 inch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would look quite delicate.
Yeah.
Mint.
And then I don't know how much do you take it over? Maybe another 1/2 inch,
Okay.
just over.
Yeah.
Actually, the determining factor there is going to be what happens with your hinges what happens in here,
That right there, I was hoping that you would make the wood right inside that.
right up to here.
Well, I was hoping that your piece could go, I'll follow this line here, wherever you want it to go actually, but if it fell through there or welded it on right there,
Yeah,
could it go
Yep.
down in there
Yep.
and come around
Yep,
and stay
that's-
that same width?
that's
Yeah.
that's 3/8 or 1/4 of an inch. So
Okay.
that would be about the hangover. Well, as a matter of fact, if you've got a 1/4 of an inch already here of wood, right?
Yeah.
Then this is going to be
Cool.
3/8 or 1/2 an inch. So that'll be just elegant, mint.
Mint, peppermint.
Yeah.
What about the outside of the door, Jeff? You gonna throw it out at all on the outside?
No, we're just going to come. Actually, what we've got to do is decide because actually this is probably a nice width right here because you've got your some kind of chrome for a surround,
Yeah.
right? So that's probably almost what you want right there.
Yeah.
Maybe that's too much, or something like that. So actually, we'd already talked about that, and we decided we'd split the real estate,
Okay.
do half wood and then half body color, something like that.
Can't wait.
Oh, actually, you know what? The more I think about it, wrapping that wood around the inside of the door, wrapping the wood around the inside of the door,
Yeah.
starting to be more appealing. That way, it would also, because it would counteract this difference in orientation. This being flat, then it comes around, and it arcs in, so the wood could follow that all the way around. Actually, you've got more real estate over here too, up here too. This is much thicker than this, or wider. Something like that.
Looking better all the time.
Yeah.
We're hoping for gauges this time home, hopefully. We're hoping. See what happens. We're hoping. Didn't drink my coffee. How you making them, Doug, getting them plugs out?
Not well. They're not prices so high.
What do you think?
Well,
You happy?
oh yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, it looks real good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Better than I pictured. Better than I pictured. Not that we see after we seen
Hey,
it.
you know what?
Better than I pictured, but I
Yeah,
thought.
me too.
Another thing I learned too is how much time you have to do all that work to get that to look like a piece of wood.
We're not done yet.
Yeah, like it.
We're probably only halfway.
Well, there you go. I
on that
understand
dashboard.
what takes the time. And anybody that watched the other day when we were talking about it, it slowed it down so you could understand how much time it took to do everything instead of just rolling by and going clip to clip to clip to doing this to doing that. It doesn't work that way generally, you know. You got to drop an engine or two, right, Doug? Before it works out, before you get it in, right? That's what happens, so that you don't get to see that stuff. And it's good that it slowed down because I could almost remember everything you told me, and I could almost do that. I might mess up once or twice.
Well, and the other thing is, with the wood stuff is you have to think it through. Like, if I do this, then what happens? And if I do that, and and the other thing I was telling Jolene is, every step you make along the way, like when you get this far, man, you make a mistake now, it's just soul destroying, right? Because you can't go back. Well, you have to try and figure out how to fix your error. But sometimes you end up with an error that you can't fix,
Yeah,
and you're redoing the whole thing.
I've done that many times.
So when you get something, honestly, humbly, when you get something that looks as sexy as that, the last thing you want to do is screw it up, right?
That's for
So
sure.
you got to be really careful every step after that.
I'm gonna get a T-shirt made. What do you think of my sexy wood? the car.
There's the jokes in here. But yeah,
And then you have a picture of the Bugatti, right?
if the sun hits that, it'll be pretty neat.
Yeah. I think the gauges and all that stuff will bring it really alive too. A little bit of chrome on it, a little bit of black on it. Jolene's got some really nice color, I think that's gonna look amazing with it. I know it will.